Hello everyone! Hi there, this is Monica from Super Sparkle Parties. I hope you're having a lovely day, nice and sunny out today. And I'm here today to tell you a story. So I hope you like stories and I hope you're going to join in with me as well. So I'm not all on my own telling a story. But before we do start, we're going to play a little game. So here in my hand, I've got my invisible camera. You can't see it because it's invisible, but I'm going to take a photograph of you. Snap! And what I'd like you to do is when I take the photograph, I'd like you to freeze like a picture, like the thing I tell you to be. Shall we have a practice? All right, I'm going to use rainbow colours for this game. So I might ask you to pretend to be something red, or something blue, or maybe something pink. So get thinking what you could be. I'll count you down with my camera. Here it is. Here we go. I'm going to take a photo of you. 3 seconds, then snap, and you're going to freeze like an object. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, snap. Can you freeze like something red? Anything you can think of that's red. It could be an apple or a letterbox, postbox. Maybe it's Father Christmas. Something red. You need to freeze. I hope you've done a good job. Right, I'm going to choose another colour this time. Get ready to freeze. Okay, this time the colour is going to be blue. Something blue. Think of something. Right, here we go. Invisible camera at the ready. 3, 2, 1, and snap! Can you freeze like something blue? You have a think. What could it be? It could be something in your room. It could be something that you can think of. A type of food. An animal, maybe. Blue animal. Peacock. All right, let's have one more go. I'm sure you're doing a brilliant job. I wonder what you're being. Okay, one more colour. This time you're going to be something orange, okay? Turn into something orange with my invisible camera. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and snap! What have you become, I wonder? Maybe you are an orange, or maybe you are the sun in the sky. Whatever you are, I bet you've used your fantastic imaginations. So thank you so much for playing that game with me. And now I need your imaginations once more because I would like to tell you a story. A story all about a little rabbit who loves to paint rainbows in the sky. I've seen so many rainbows recently that I think we should tell a story about a rainbow, and you can help me today. The story is called Ralph's Rainbow. Ralph Rabbit lived with his granny in a house on top of a hill. Now Ralph was no ordinary rabbit. He was extraordinary. He was special, just like you and just like me. You see, Ralph had a special gift. Ralph loved to paint. When Granny Rabbit was busy baking carrot cake or making carrot soup or drinking carrot juice, Ralph was busy with his paintbrush, painting whirls and swirls and rainbows all over the town. Oh, he loved to paint rainbows. On Monday, Ralph painted a lamppost pink. On Tuesday, Ralph painted a dustbin blue. On Wednesday, Ralph took red and yellow and he painted an old brown bench, bright orange instead. On Friday, Ralph would take his special ladders and climb all the way up to the white cotton clouds, and he'd paint something special in the sky. Do you know what it was? That's right, a rainbow. Now Saturday and Sunday were Ralph's day off. So on these days he spent his days with Granny. And although Ralph loved to paint, Secretly, these were his favourite days. But one day, there was a storm. A big, grey, angry storm. It was whirling and twirling all over the town. It blew trees and bushes. It took rooftops off houses and hats off scarecrows. It was big, grey and scary. And soon Ralph's rainbow colours just disappeared. The clouds became heavy with big, grey blobs of paint. And then the blobs started to fall. Blob, blob, blob. What's going on? Thought Ralph. And he looked again and he heard them and he saw them fall. Blob, blob, blob. The grey blobs fell and they turned the green grass to grey. Blob, blob, blob. The grey blobs splattered and spluttered onto swings and seesaws, making them too slippery to play. Blob, blob, blob. And they carried on all day. Blob, 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 making the whole town grey. When Ralph looked out of his window, he felt sad and he felt cross. He picked up his brush and he hopped outside and he said, "I'm going to paint my rainbow again." "Ah, no, dear," said Granny Rabbit, putting her soft paw on Ralph's head. "We must stay home, little one. Stay home and stay safe. When the storm passes, Ralph, you can paint again." "But I don't want to wait," said Ralph. "I want to go and paint now." And he stomped his foot. "Oh, I know," said Granny Rabbit. "But if you do, all those big grey blobs, they'll splatter your lovely fur coat. They'll make you cold and wet. You'll soon catch a cold." "I won't catch a cold," said Ralph. "I eat all my vitamins and all my carrots." "Yes, yes, I know you do," said Granny Rabbit. "You're a very healthy bunny." "But Ralph, what if you meet old Mr. Rabbit or the little bunny twins or your best friend Mouse? What happens if your grey blob smudges and smears all over them? Then they'd be grey from top to bottom and they'd catch a cold." Ralph thought about this for a minute. He didn't really understand what Granny Rabbit was talking about. But he did know he didn't want his friends to be sad, and he didn't want Granny Rabbit to worry. And he did know he had to stay inside, and that soon all storms will pass. That night, Ralph had a dream. He was lying in bed, listening to the blob, blob, blob of the big grey storm splattering against his window, and he closed his eyes. He dreamt that he and Granny, brushes in hand, were painting the world in rainbow colours. Colours like, red and green and blue and yellow and orange and gold and any colour you can think of. Then Ralph had an idea. The next morning, when he woke up, he leapt out of bed, he grabbed his paintbrush and he ran downstairs. "If I can't paint my rainbow in the town, I'll bring the rainbow home instead." And do you know what? That's just what he did. Ralph painted rocks and pebbles. He painted bark from old trees. He painted floors and walls and even the toilet door. Granny was impressed. In fact, Ralph's house now looked so bright and so bold the entire town could see it from the distance. Every bunny and badger and mouse and mole, they looked at Ralph's house and they said, "Wow, it looks so colourful. It looks just like a rainbow." And then they got their paintbrushes out too, and they started to paint. Little Mouse painted her front door. Mrs. Badger, next door but one, painted an old bucket. It looked very nice. The Bunny twins coloured in pictures on paper and stuck them in their windows. Old Mr. Rabbit didn't have any paint, so he just planted seeds in his garden instead. By evening, the whole town was colourful and bright, just like a rainbow. Days went by and weeks went by with the big heavy storm hanging over Ralph's town. But one day, the storm did go away. Ralph had been so busy looking after his granny and making lots of carrot soup, he nearly didn't notice it had gone. When Granny was better, Ralph hopped outside and he shouted, "Hurrah! The storm has gone! It's gone! Look!" But the storm had been so big and so grey, it had smudged and smeared all the new colours away as well. When Ralph looked around, things looked different. And Ralph felt different. Ralph took out his special ladder and climbed to the top to the white cotton clouds. He looked out across the town, and there he saw, wow, he saw the most incredible, vibrant, beautiful colours he had ever seen. And Ralph felt colourful because Ralph saw, well, what do you think he saw? Did he see a rainbow? Or did he see colourful flowers that had grown in the garden? And did he see his family and friends wearing colourful clothes and waving and smiling? Well, whatever Ralph saw, it made him smile. And the whole town looked up and clapped and cheered for Ralph's rainbow. Thank you for helping me join in and tell that story with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. You probably know that this is a new story, and actually there are lots of bits missing from Ralph's rainbow. Like Ralph, I don't know how old Ralph is, and Ralph's friend Mouse, she doesn't actually have a name yet, and I don't even know what Ralph's favourite colour could be. What do you think? So I was wondering, if you love writing stories or drawing pictures for stories or writing poems or just coming up with ideas, would you like to help me finish Ralph's rainbow? I've really enjoyed making this story and telling it to my children, and I think we could work together and make a very special storybook. If you want to join me, I'm going to post a poster after this video on our page. Have a look at all the details, give it a little like or a comment with your name, and very soon I'm going to post up a link where we can all come together as a group, and I'll be sharing some creative tasks and updates on the story and the book. And anyone who does contribute their ideas and images, I'll make sure your name is in the story at the back so we can all work in this together. The idea is to create a story to raise some money for charity, for us to all be creative and just to have some fun as well. So I'd love you to join us and bring Ralph's rainbow to life and give me some more ideas to help make the story even better. Before we finish, think Phil's going to join us again, and we're going to sing our rainbow song that we sang on Wednesday. I'll give you the actions again. Why don't you join in with us? It'd be lots of fun if you could. I'd love you to join in with us. So we're going to start with a red fire, burning bright. And next we're going to be the yellow sun, giving us its light. So fire and sun. Are you ready? Here we go.
Red like a fire burning bright, yellow the sun is giving its light. I see a rainbow.
Can you wave your hands like a rainbow?
Whoa, I see a rainbow.
Well done, everybody.
Whoa, 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 I see a rainbow.
Brilliant. The next colour is going to be pink, like a flamingo. And then green, like the grass that grows. Join in with us, flamingos. Here we go.
Pink like a flamingo, green the grass that grows. I see a rainbow.
Wave your hands like a rainbow.
Whoa, I see a rainbow.
Well done, everyone.
Whoa, 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 I see a rainbow.
Brilliant. Okay, next one is blue, like the cool sea, and orange, like the sand beneath our feet. Are you ready? Here we go.
Blue, like the cool sea. Orange, the sand beneath my feet. I see a rainbow. Whoa, I see a rainbow.
You can paint your rainbow if you like. Here we go.
Whoa, 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 I see a rainbow. One more time. Whoa, 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 I see a rainbow.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Just to let you know, because it is our Rainbow Week on our page, tomorrow we've got Princess Poppy joining us, and she's going to do some shout outs and happy birthdays. So if you would like her to say hello, give you a mention, or it's her birthday, or you just want a special message for somebody, just send us a message on our page. We'll make sure that Princess Poppy says hello to you tomorrow. We're there at 2 o'clock live, so do come along. And we've got lots of videos and stories to watch on our page. Please do have a look at them. And we're doing some Easter messages and birthday messages as well. So do have a look at those. Again, if you'd like to join me with our Ralph's Rainbow Project, my poster's on the page, but I'm going to put another one up for you to have a look through the details. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Bye.
Bye.